Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry, I apologize, but I took some intentional time off to get reacquainted with my sewing machines and to complete a sewing project. I had a lot of goals this summer and I didn't accomplish any of them for various reasons. So in this video, it's a little bit choppy because I filmed it at different times, but I'm going to share with you a dress that I made and also some really fantastic half-price books finds. There's just a few of them, but I lumped it all together in one video. So you will see the completed sewing project that I made. Yeah, it's a summer dress and I'm quite proud of it. So if that interests you, let's get to it. So I have all my pieces cut out, and God is willing, all of these pieces here are going to be a dress when I'm through with it. So this summer I haven't been able to, accomplish any of my sewing goals that I set forth for me because I traveled this summer a little bit and I got COVID, and I've just been kind of really low energy. That did do a number on me. But hopefully all these pieces are going to turn into a dress. And let me show you what dress that is. I'm hoping that this pattern and all these pieces will turn into the Sauvie dress by Sew House 7 Pattern Company. And you can see that you saw that the material I had, the fabric I had, is a similar color to this, but this is a linen, and I'm doing mine in a double gauze, which is pillowy soft. And here is the back of the dress. Isn't that cute? I know I can put it together. Fitting it perfectly for my body is, the issue here. But I like this dress because you can make, with just the one pattern, this is a PDF pattern, you can make so many different versions of it. It is so cool. I mean, this version is just like the perfect cover-up, swim cover-up. You can do the longer dress without the ruffle. I'm going to do the ruffle. Really cute. Yeah, that would be a perfect swimsuit cover-up, don't you think? And then for those of you who like, is that navy or black? It's just a really cute dress, and it's really bra friendly. I love that the straps are just wide enough to cover your bra, and the back is low, but you can still wear a bra. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing, taking some time off to hopefully complete the dress, and I will do a try on if it turns out okay. I'll show you guys. But okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing. But I did find some decks at Half Price Books, and I'm going to show those to you right now. So just a little update. I'm hitting a little bit of a snag. This is what I've gotten done so far, but I had to leave it for the weekend because I had other things to do. Yeah, I'm not understanding going forward how this is all supposed to work together, because I need the straps to have a clean finish, and I think next it looks like I'm supposed to join these lining pieces together and sew them at the sides, but I'm having a hard time understanding the directions. But I'm hoping this is going to turn into a dress that I can wear and then I don't have to pick it apart. Okay, now really on to the decks that I found at Half Price Books. So getting right into it, the first deck that's not so amazing, but I like it, is Pixie's Outstanding Lenormand in a tin. And as you can see, I paid $9.99 for it. And that is half of what you could buy it on Amazon. I think they're asking $19.99 for this deck in a tin. So this isn't, you know, fabulous. It's not an out-of-print deck. You can easily get this available, but it's something I'm drawn to. I love Lenormand decks, and Lenormand is definitely a system I'm trying to work on and trying to get proficient in. And I love how blunt it is. But you see these pictures are very reminiscent of the original art that Pixie did in the classic RWS deck. There are no extra cards in this deck. Like, you know, so many indie creators, when they create their Lenormand decks, they create extra people cards and extra choices. Also, the Celtic Lenormand, which is a mass market deck, offers you choices. So if you want a mass market deck that gives you lots of choices for cards, that's one. That's the one with the illustrations by Will Worthington. But you can see very classic illustration, reminiscent of Pixie's art. And I was drawn to it, and it's something I would use, something I would like, and I got it for a good price. Moving right along. Now, this is a pretty amazing find. This is a first edition of the Lion's Gateway Tarot by Jessica Lee Henry. Now, this is a first edition, and I believe there were 3 editions of this deck, and I do have the 3rd edition, or the one that's most current, the newest edition. But this one is a find because there's some changes. And let me just open this here. Some of you may have this deck, but this is a deck that you can't easily get now. I think you would have to go to a buy, sell, trade group, or, you know, try your luck on eBay. But you can see this is what the book looks like. The 2-piece box is different from the edition that I currently have, and I'll show that to you. But yeah, look at these cards. Look at these big, beautiful backs. They are stunning and gorgeous. And I'm just going to show you, these are more oracle-sized cards. This is a traditional, the plaid back RWS, and you can see how much bigger this card is, which could be a deal breaker for a lot of you. Usually it is for me for a tarot deck. You know, I flip back and forth because I do like these larger cards because you just get so much of the art, especially in decks that have really small, intricate art and fine lines in it. But this deck is a wonderful, beautiful matte cardstock, and it is gilded in the metallic, which I could, you know, take or leave. But as you can see, I don't believe any of the artwork has changed between the editions. I just think the size, the backs, the color of the backs, the boxes have changed. I don't think the artwork has. And I'm going to bring out my edition. I do have a full unboxing of this edition of the Lion's Gateway Tarot on my channel. I'll try to link it up here somewhere. And I put that out right when I got this deck, after I backed it on Kickstarter, or it was a pre-order. I can't remember. But you can see the boxes are very, very different. So we're just going to do a really quick side-by-side, just in case some of you are wondering. So the deck, the box has totally different artwork, lots of white space. And you can see you've got the same design in the book, though, of course, this one is bigger. And this, again, has a lot of the white space and a little gold sticker, some gold foil here. And this deck, the newer edition, is also gilded in the gold. And let's see if they're different. No, I think the color's the same. I think because of the pink background on this edition, it looks a little more bronze, but I think they're the same color. The cardstock is the same. The cardstock is exactly the same. It's just The newer edition is more standard tarot size. So it depends. It depends what you like. I'm really drawn to this big edition because you can see the artwork so much easier. And we'll just flip through a few of these cards just for those of you who may be interested. I will say in the smaller card, the colors seem to be a little bit more deeply saturated. And let me know in the comments below if you're picking that up. It's not much, but maybe that's the case when you're printing on a smaller surface. I don't know. I don't know anything about the process of printing. And you can see, yes, definitely deeper color saturation in the beard and in the reds, but it's, you know, no big deal. Yeah. And I would say, yeah, that's, you know, a minor difference. But let me know in the comments below, did you have this first edition and then did you get the second or third edition? I think there were 3 editions. Let me know in the comments below if that's right. You know what, that is right, because I'm just looking at my guidebook and it says 3rd edition. So I don't know what the 2nd edition looks like. So yeah, I don't think any of the artwork has been changed other than you notice a deeper color saturation in the newer edition. Yeah, and I love this deck. I love what a great general reader it is. It just works for every kind of reading for me. There's no ambiguity. It's just a classic, pretty much classic RWS deck. It follows the RWS system. A beginner could easily read with this deck. You could learn with this deck instead of using a traditional RWS deck, and you would be fine. And this is the Lion's Gateway Tarot, and this is the first edition that I found at Half Price Books. Now, this next deck that I'm about to show you, truthfully, has been a deck that I've taken out of the tarot cabinet and then left because I've had so many other decks. But finally, I decided to get it because I've been thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. And it's the Wayfarer Tarot by Stacy Salpietro Babb and Margaret Shipman. Now, I've seen this deck. Now, as you can see here, it's with the deck and the full-size guidebook. I've been intrigued for the last couple of years by this deck, and I've seen it on Etsy. You can still get it on Etsy and off a website. And buying the deck alone, if you purchase it on the website, it's $45 plus $8.50 shipping, or you can get it on Etsy for $54 and free shipping. It works out the same, but you can only buy the guidebook separately. It doesn't come with the deck. It did, I believe, when it was a Kickstarter, but not now. And I think what you get if you just purchase the deck is a PDF guidebook, and you have to purchase the book separately. So $50 for both of these is a really good deal, because I think the book is like $25 just on its own. It's a full-size guidebook, in depth, going over the story of the deck. You see the creators right there. This deck was, well, it looks like they were making plans and creating the deck way back in 2014. And you get colored pictures of the cards, which is great. I love that, because you don't need to bring your deck of cards in bed if you tend to like to read at night. And it has some wonderful information. It looks like it's totally in depth, and yeah, I think it's great. And I think there are some spreads in here as well. I was just glancing at it. I haven't really had time to sit down and look and examine, but oh, it has the Celtic cross. And does it have anything else? Maybe it just has a Celtic cross. No, it has another one. tarot throws, meditation with tarot cards. So yes, a lot of great things in this full-size guidebook. As you can see, the tuck box has a lot to be desired, but I don't think that's from like being rough with it. This tuck box is very, very flimsy, and you can see it's a little bit torn here. Yeah, this tuck box is not made of materials that's built to last. You know, it's a very, very flimsy tuck box. I don't know if this is made out of a more ethical cardstock, but it definitely is a matte kind of papery cardstock. I don't know if it has a core. It feels like it may not. So if you're really rough with this, you could easily bend a corner. And that's one of the reasons why, you know, I looked at the deck a few times while I was at Half Price Books, but I left it behind because I didn't know how much that was going to bother me. It is kind of a nice size. It is standard tarot, but maybe because of the more rounded corners, it feels a little smaller. Let's see. No, they're the same size. It's just because of, you see that there's a more pronounced rounded corner in this deck. But look at how beautiful the backs are. I love the backs. And there is just something about this imagery that is very, very intriguing to me. I love this sweater that this guy is wearing. And I love that he's not a young person depicted. He's heading towards middle age, it looks like, and going off to a new adventure. Trying something new, leaving it all behind and trying something new. And I just really, really vibe with this because, you know, we go through different phases in life, and I feel like I'm entering in another one. Yes, I'm now officially a senior citizen, but there's some things that have been happening that I feel like, you know, things are moving and transitioning again. And this deck, the illustration and the artwork is kind of all over the place, which may not vibe with some of you, but I like it. I like that it changes. Now, the major arcana in this deck, and I love this Empress card, it's very, very vivid and darker colors, and it's bright, and I love, love, love this Lover's card depicting an older couple who've been on a journey together, who've been through some shit, and I love these depictions. I think Ethany in her Modern Love Tarot has that. I love it. A little bit different depiction for the Chariot using a rocket ship. Some of these are very traditional, following closely with the RWS, and I love this Hermit. Look at, I don't know if my phone is picking it up, but there are lines etched on his face and wisdom. And I just fell in love with these images, and that's why I decided to pick it up. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And you can see, you know, very eclectic images. I like this take on the Hanged Man, that he is self-imposed in this position, using his own power. I do like that take. And Death, you know, depicted as this dandelion. And you know that it's getting ready to seed, and I do like this depiction. It's different. It's different. And sometimes we like, you know, different takes on classic cards. But yes, you can see. Now watch when we get into the minors. Can we just talk about this Judgment card? This could be a middle school or high school hallway. And what other time in your life do you feel the most judged? It's adolescence, and in this setting in high school. I'm just like, and that's why I decided to get this deck. Even though the cardstock is not luxe, it's adequate. It's not thin and flimsy, but you know. Okay, now we go into the minors, And you see how the watercolor background, it kind of reminds me of CeeLo Thompson's work with her decks. But you get some illustrated cards and some that are more like illustrated pips in some of the suits. And this is the suit of fire, or traditionally the suit of wands. So you get some traditional RWS here. And then you can see these are the minors are more subtle. They're not fully developed pieces of art, but you get what you need from them. The only one that I think is going to be harder, oh, I love this Two of Water, the two fish in the fishbowl. I love it, and the simplicity. Let me show you the suit of air, or the suit of swords, and it follows a raven or a crow, and I do love this Ace of Air, how this suit follows the crows, and I love the beginning of it where it starts. And this one is kind of heartbreaking. Yeah, I don't like to see it, but if there's only one or two cards I can't jive with, that's fine. The Four of Air. Now I find that, I don't know why, I love the Crow Tarot and the Crow Oracle by MJ Cullinane, but I find this suit with the ravens or the crows, I'm not sure, I may have to work with a little bit. I don't know. I think it could be the lack of color. I don't know what it is. I do like the Seven of Air. The snakes are going into the nest. Yeah. Well, this is pretty traditional. But when I was flipping through it, for some reason this suit, I thought I was going to have to work with. But now I'm looking at it again, and I said, no, I'll be fine with it. And then just quickly, we'll just show you the green, the swatch of green over the suit of earth or pentacles. I am really fascinated by this deck, and I really, really vibe with the artwork. It speaks to me. It really does speak to me. Let me know if you have this deck and what your experience with this deck has been. Or do you like the images and the cardstock has put you off, and maybe you had it and you hated the cardstock and you gave it away, sold it, traded it? Let me know that in the comments below. So I did persevere, and I now have a finished dress that I can wear for the remainder of the heat here in Texas. I love that this pattern has pockets. I love my dress to have pockets, and you can see this gauze. It's divine, and I did manage to sew in a handmade label. And here's a close-up of the waistline, and here is the dress on my senior citizen body. It is so comfortable. I love how swishy it is. I love that it's bra friendly. I love the semi-sexy back, but not too revealing. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. And I also have a new dress for next summer. And again, here's a closer look at those inseam pockets. Okay, that is it. I hope I didn't hold you for hostage too long this time. And before we go, just a reminder, if you found any value to this video, please consider hitting a like, a subscribe, hitting that notification bell, leaving a comment below, all of which helps a small channel to grow and help the almighty YouTube algorithm push out my videos to other people who may not have found me yet. Okay, that is it. And with that, I'll let you get on with your beautiful day. Thank you for watching.